EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show, an online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do, and when we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For details on the show, links to discounts, promos, past interviews, check out www.tcconnector.com. Now, getting a massage after a hard day of work is a wonderful way to treat yourself, and most of us know what a Swedish massage is or deep tissue massage is, but what we're going to learn about today is what a medical massage is and what the benefits are and who it's meant for. Joining me in the studio today is Jane Coyne, the founder of Sandalwood Massage and Bodywork. Not only is she a board-certified massage practitioner, but she is also a certified medical massage practitioner as well. She's got a lot of great information to share. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ellen. It's a pleasure being here with you today. I've looked forward to this for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, right? No, and I am very happy that you are here today because I have had the benefit of the services that you have had to offer. And then it was like my husband saw you, and then Pat heard about you, a friend of mine, Pat Heidloff. Yep. And I have more people to refer to you. And so we're going to talk about all that you do and the difference of what a medical massage is. But why did you want to become board certified and even start your own practice?
Well, first of all, anyone going to massage therapy school is the purpose of it, first and foremost, is to get trained well enough to get your license in the field. Mm-hmm. However, when you're in school, if you have really good instructors like I did, they had you start to think about, where did you want to go with this? Did you just simply want to work for someone? Did you want to work in a hotel? Maybe you want to work on a cruise line. Maybe you want to work for one of the chains. And I just didn't feel at that time in my life I wanted to do that. I wanted to do something on my own since I'd had a couple of different businesses already. And I spent a lot of my time over the years from the time I was very young being concerned about people's health. And so I always found myself in the family being the one to advocate for health. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. And over the years, I did things. I started nursing school, but didn't find that to be the right thing at the time. I had little ones. Yeah. And then I did certified nurse.
Like an assistant type.
Yeah, a CNA. And I was in Rhode Island at the time. And what I saw there really triggered something. And it wasn't until many years later that trigger came back when I had a friend who was diagnosed with stiff persons. Ooh, and I love her dearly. She's doing well, but they didn't know what was wrong with her. So
that's what Celine Dion has.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And they didn't know what she had because it's so rare. It's only 1 in every million people get it. And so I would go over to comfort her. And then the doctor said, well, you could massage her hands or whatever. And something started triggering in me again. And that person that likes to advocate and likes to take care of the sick came out. And it just came up one day. And I said, you know what? I don't want to retire. I want to do something different. So I went back to school and I passed the exam. And I was told that there was a big field out there for people who need lymphatic drainage, that was a big help in the medical field, Western medical, as well as, Eastern medicine. So that's what really got me going on it.
Yeah, and you were wildly popular up in Vero. You have your client base there that is in tears that you're down here on the Treasure Coast, but you are right now at Infinity Suites Salon and Spa at 333 17th Street. I just want to make sure I get this out. Yeah. And it's Suite D, and you're in Unit 8, and that is 17th Street between US 1 and Indian River
Correct.
Boulevard, and you have a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's a luxurious place.
It is very nice.
And then when you go into where your room is, it's just like you get hugged by the environment.
Yeah.
It's like you walk into a hug. It is just delightful.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about that in the second half. But you mentioned, we're going to get into lymphatic drainage, but I really want people to understand what is the difference, or what is a medical massage?
Well, it's not the massage itself. It's the type of clientele that you see.
Okay, good. Because I was going to ask, who is it meant for?
Right.
Yeah.
It's meant for everyone, basically. Medical massage practitioner teaches you to look a little bit deeper. So when my clients come in, I have a form in front of me, gives me all their medical information. But they forget things too. So I make sure I take a blood pressure and an oxygen, pulse ox. We sit and we talk for a few minutes. And sometimes they will tell me something like they had a surgery X amount of years ago, and I noticed swelling somewhere. Or I noticed that the surgical area is very rigid. So they might have pain and think that it's just that their hips are sore. But they could have had a surgery in their knee, and the scarring could be bothering them. So what it teaches you when you go and get your medical massage practitioners, to look at the anatomy a little deeper and to look at what could be going on, some more critical thinking, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then to make their physician aware of it, because I get their physician information, or to suggest that they see a physician before I continue to treat them. Once I have a clearance to treat them, then if they say had knee surgery, then they come in maybe a week or so after the knee surgery while they're going to PT, because it's a great adjunct to physical therapy.
Sure.
It helps with the circulation in the knee, gets that scar healing much better, and it avoids that keloiding of a scar, which will eventually pull. And it keeps the muscles toned on a different level than what the PT is doing.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And now let's talk about inflammation in the body. So somebody like myself, I joke that I have cankles. They're not that bad yet.
No, they're not.
But I don't feel inflamed. But after that massage that I had with you, I'm telling you, my range of motion had increased. And then the next day I woke up, I felt lighter, and I swear I even looked less puffy, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
And I think that naturally, whatever we're eating and in the environment, our body is fighting inflammation. And then for others, it's quite obvious they're inflamed.
Right.
So explain, because a lot of times people don't understand. Somebody asked me that today. What is lymphatic? Why is that important?
Well, you have two lymphatic systems. You have a superficial one just under the skin, and then you have a much deeper one, from what I've been taught. And Dr. Vader was the first doctor to come up with his Vader system of lymphatic drainage. And when lymph is actually a fluid, and it goes through these very thread-like vessels that almost look like little veins or what have you. And if that does not get through properly, if it gets jammed up in your nodes, which you hear people say they've had breast surgery or something and they take the node, they try to avoid that, because the node is where that lymph gets detoxified. Okay? Once it goes into the nodes and it becomes detoxified, it goes back down into the body, back up to the lungs and heart. And this is basically your immune system at work.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of toxins in your lymph system, or they can't get through, or you have clogs, and that fluid stays there and becomes toxic, it can actually cause you to be ill. It can actually cause cancer. And so we want to eliminate that, just like we want to eliminate not having good circulation in the rest of our body. Our lymph system has to have a good circulatory system as well. It has to be able to move.
Yeah. So the lymphatic drainage massage,
It directs it.
Okay.
It directs it, because you have reservoirs in different parts of your body. So say I just had a client this weekend who had a breast surgery about 5 years ago, and it wasn't a very pleasant scar, and they had taken some of the nodes out from under the arm. And she was having swelling in her arm and in the area over the breast. So the doctor had bandaged it, because he felt as though that compression would help her, but in her case it didn't. So when I asked her, do you have any nodes there? She said no. So the typical massage would be, I'm going to work that lymph through those nodes. But if they're not there, I have to redirect that lymph, go across the body into the other arm. And so it's a work in progress as you're working the system, which is why I tell people, depending on your situation, you need 2 to 3 sessions to get a good detoxification. And you will know it because you will feel icky after the first one.
You know, and that's interesting because I was saying to Cindy that you did a suite of treatments for me. I had that copper pot foot soak and massage, and then I had the relaxation massage, and then the lymphatic. Now, prior to that session, a while before that, I set up a 6 p.m. Zoom meeting in my office, and I'm thinking, I'm seeing you way in advance, so I kept my 6 p.m. Big mistake, people. Oh my goodness. I got home. I drove home just fine. I'm feeling great. And then I'm feeling more and more happily relaxed. Now I'm at my 6 p.m. Zoom meeting trying to stay awake. So my thought is that especially if someone is dealing with a big treatment from you for the first time, cancel your plans for the rest of the day, people.
And drink a lot of water.
Yes.
And stay away from alcohol for about 24 hours.
Oh, big mistake. I know. I just kidding.
If you can.
No, you told me, and I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, just because you've done all this wonderful work and you want that water and lemon and everything to go through you and just flush that right out of your system.
I woke up the next morning, and in my full-length mirror, I'm like, I felt good, and then I'm telling you, I felt like I dropped 5 pounds. I felt amazing. And with that said, before we take the commercial break, what is how do you want people to get in touch with you for those listening and on iHeart Radio?
Well, the best way to get in touch is through the website, which is janecoyne.glossgenius.com.
Okay, but I want to spell that. So JANECOYNE
correct.
dot Gloss, GLOSS, genius, GENIUS.com.
Correct.
And that's
And that brings up my webpage. You can email me through there. If you have questions, you can call me. I answer all my phone calls as quick as possible. And some people are not computer savvy. So for them, they can just call 772-779-1137, and I'll talk to them. And that's
779-1137.
Correct.
Area code 772. Just got to repeat that because I'm not so fast. I know I need a repeat. And with that, we have a lot more to discuss. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Enjoy Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Bollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a huge fall sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of brand name closeout and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Fifth graders across Indian River County are designing unique license plates for the Kids Tag Art program, designed to raise money for art supplies in our schools. Kids Tag Art encourages student creativity and educates about Florida's worthy causes. You can support Kids Tag Art by shopping at Dillard's on November 16th. Dillard's is donating 10% of all purchases made on November 16th to Kids Tag Art. Support our aspiring artists while you shop for the holidays. Be sure to come to Dillard's and shop for the arts on November 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kids Tag Art is a 501c3 program by the Tax Collector of Indian River County.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm with Jane Coyne of Sandalwood Massage and Bodywork. She is a board-certified medical massage practitioner. We're just going to dive right back into this conversation. And what I liked during the commercial break is you made sure that I mention this again, is the types of people we kind of spoke about in the first half, but we didn't talk about the age of the person.
Correct.
So explain, the age range, because it was pretty interesting to me.
Well, massage goes back a long, long time. And one of the books that I read early into my practice was about babies. And about baby and infant massage.
Okay.
And what I read in there was that in India, the mother is the one who's in charge of massaging the whole family. So I read a little deeper, and it said, well, the baby's in the womb for 9 to 10 months, getting the best massage they'll ever get.
Sure.
With the sound of the mother's heart and the warmth and the squeezing and all of that. When they come out, no wonder they cry. Because now they're out in the open, they're not getting that same attention, to their body.
Yeah.
And the mother would be the one to massage infant all the way through to the husband or whoever in the family, because they believed that it was healthy. And it is healthy.
Yeah.
It is healthy and aids in homeostasis, which is the balancing of the body. So I will treat children, as long as the parent's present.
Okay.
I will treat up until 16 with the parent present. And after that, I'm allowed to just treat them by themselves.
Okay. All right. Very good. So like the babies, toddlers, all the way up.
It helps with colic. It helps with fevers. It helps with all kinds of things. Yeah.
Okay, moms and dads that are not getting a good night's sleep.
Correct.
Now if you bring them to Jane, they're all going to get the best sleep.
Well, they could. They could.
Yeah. No, I know. You're not going to say that.
You can't guarantee anything, but it is very effective in calming the child.
I do love that. And for someone who has never had a massage before, what do they do to prepare? What can they expect? Just give me a little bit of that.
Well, I do try to make it a very comfortable environment. So I suggest that they read over the health information form, which I send them. If they cannot do it online, then they can always come in 15 minutes early and we can fill it out together. Try to remember a lot of things like surgeries or any time in your life that you had something trauma-like that happened to you, because it's helpful. And then prescription medications you're on. So you fill all that out so that I have a good idea of any contraindications you might have. And make sure you're hydrated. Okay. I recommend that you have at least 16 to 32 ounces between early morning and the time you come, just so that your body's hydrated. Otherwise, you can be much more achy after the massage, so it's good to have that. And then you can undress to your liking. You can be fully clothed and have a massage. People don't realize that. It's a little more difficult in some respects, but sure, you disrobe at your comfort level, and then you just have heat, no heat. We make you as comfortable as possible, and it's your massage, so you design it.
The massage table is super comfortable, and the blankets and the pillows. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you from firsthand experience, it was amazing. And my husband loves it as well. And he was very happy, and he's going to go back again. And you got some work to do.
We have a little bit of work, and we're going to do it.
Yeah. And that's because he stands on his feet as a CNC machinist.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. So people that have active jobs, we have, and I say athletes with air quotes because we have the golfers, the tennis, the pickleball. They're not, professional athletes, but we have the runners. We have all of these people. A lot of them are north of 50, but you're also dealing with the teenagers and the college kids that are athletes.
I do have them come in. Yep.
So you sort
high school age,
them out as well. So what are the hours that you're open?
My website should show that I'm there from Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 6.
Yes.
Occasionally, I will open a little later or whatever. If you call me because you don't see an opening, I'll try to accommodate you as much as I can.
Okay, very good. Those are very nice hours. And we mentioned in the first half that you are at You're within the Infinity Suites Salon and Spa. This is a luxury salon and spa. It's a beautiful location. It's at 333 17th Street, Suite D. You're in Unit 8.
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
All right, very good. And that's 17th Street between US 1 and Indian River Boulevard. And so I really want to circle back to the medical massage, because you were telling me even a few weeks ago that sometimes people will go for surgeries, and sometimes with elective surgeries.
Correct.
There should be aftercare
Yes.
that maybe they're not thinking about.
Right.
Can you explain that more
Yes.
for the people? Yeah.
Things like we talked about knee surgery, hip surgery, and because there's trauma there and there's swelling most of the time, it is good. Plus, it just helps the tissues heal quicker.
Yeah.
Also, though, there's a lot of plastic surgery that's done, such as mommy makeovers, and that would entail the butt lift, the breast lift, the abdominal tightening,
Yeah.
and what they call a tummy tuck. And some doctors, some plastic surgeons recommend the lymphatic right off the bat. They'll tell you right off the bat that you need to have that done afterwards. And some don't mention it. So it just depends. You need to educate yourself on it. So if you're thinking of having that done or any kind of plastic surgery done, and you want to call me, I will give you, the information you need. I'll direct you as to what to know before you do it and how to make it speedy recovery.
See, and that's the thing. If you're going to go for an elective surgery, and women, they want their life back, how they looked before. They're so happy to have all of their kids, and after maybe their second or third child, they say, I'm done. So now mommy's going to get some attention. Yeah. And so for me, I would want to do everything humanly possible to have the best recovery.
Exactly.
Because then you get the best results.
Exactly.
So knowing that lymphatic drainage would only heighten my overall experience. If I'm going to spend all of that money and then time after, oh my goodness. So what do you recommend in terms of, like, are there a certain number of treatments or?
Well, I've seen people that have like 3 or 4 of those surgeries at once, which I'm not a doctor, and I'm the first one to admit I don't diagnose or anything like that. Sure. But I don't recommend, after what I've seen over the past few years, that people have more than 1 or 2 procedures at the same time. Sometimes they'll do the bubble, what they call a BBL.
Yeah, Brazilian butt lift,
And then at the same time, they're having the breast augmentation. And they're having the abdominal surgery. Yeah. Well, now you can't lay on your tummy and you can't sit on your butt. So I don't recommend that to people, because especially if you have small children, you've got to be active. Yeah. So I do have equipment for that, where they can lay with the bottom on this form, and then it keeps the anti-gravity kind of thing, and I can still do what I got to do.
Very good. And how many massage treatments do you think?
I would say 10. Is an average amount when you have surgery, depending on the type of surgery. 10 is always a good number. Very good,
very good. And now, so Cindy is not going to let us keep talking forever. I wish we had more time, right? Yep. But I already gave the address, and we spoke about the hours, Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6. That's wonderful, especially for those that work during the week. And then what is your phone number again?
Okay, the phone number is 772-779-1137.
Okay, very good. I really think that our bodies are fighting to keep that level of homeostasis. And sometimes we need help. And, people that know massage, they know how wonderful it is. And then so for those of you that are thinking of surgery, or you've never had a massage, I'm telling you, if you don't see Jane, I personally say you're ridiculous. I can say that. It's my show. I'm allowed to. I just loved what you did for me and for my husband. Thank you so much for being here. And for everyone that's listening and watching, my name is Ellen Contreras. I'm the host of Treasure Coast Connector. I hope everyone has a safe, productive, wonderful week. And until next week, I miss you already.